Greetings, everybody, and welcome to Varsity Letters. I am your host, Kevin Devaney Jr. This is our special girls sports show, and we're knee-deep now. We're in full playoff mode across the tri-state in New Jersey, New York City, Long Island, Hudson Valley, and Connecticut. In girls soccer, volleyball, field hockey, we are now crowning champions, moving even closer to state championships across the region. So I want to thank you for tuning in, and we're going to touch on a lot of girls soccer in today's show. We're going to have on Greg Lerner, our resident New Jersey girls soccer expert. We're going to have Tom Leadys talk about everything along Island in girls sports, and then we're going to reveal our 614 polls, our tri-state top 11 in girls soccer and in field hockey. We're going to start the show off now in Connecticut as they get close now, and they're crowning a champion on Wednesday night in girls soccer. It's going to be St. Joe's, the preseason favorite, the defending state champions. They're going to take on number 2 Wilton on Wednesday, a game you can watch on MSGVarsity.com. You can watch the replay online or on MSG Varsity Channel 614 on demand. St. Joe's blowing by Trumbull in the semifinals 4-1 to get back to the championship game. Last year they didn't play this game because of Hurricane Sandy. They had to split the title. This year they're looking to win it outright. Wilton coming off a 1-0 squeaker, getting by West Hill in the semis. 74th minute, a goal by Haley English to propel Wilton into the championship game. A very tough task, knocking off a St. Joe's team that all season long has been in our MSG Varsity 614 girls soccer poll. Girls soccer now in the state of New York. We've been lucky. We've gone to some girls soccer games in the postseason in the Section 1 playoffs, and we've seen some good ones, and really none better than when we watched on Tuesday night when North Salem in Class B hosted Pleasantville in a quarterfinal matchup, and a very good matchup from the start. And North Salem survived with a 2-1 victory. In overtime, we show you how they got there. Paige Werlau in the second half gets North Salem on the board 1-0. They go into defensive mode, and it was a bad move because Pleasantville strikes Remy Mana, a header from Julia Eisenberg to force overtime. Then in the extra frame here, Caitlin Murphy from Werlau squeaks it into the goal for the game winner. A 2-1 North Salem victory, that being in the Section 1 Class B quarterfinals. They move on to the semifinals. Let's take a look now and where we stand heading into the semifinal round. Here's what the matchups are going to be for the championship. At all games going to be at Arlington High School. Cool thing this year, the boys and girls championships are going to be at Arlington High School. You see the girls matchups here. And you see Byram Hills, TZ winner, going to take on Eastchester Rye in Class A. Byram Hills, the heavy favorite in Section 1 Class A of that one loss. They've really bounced back well since then. See Briarcliff Albertus, Briarcliff undefeated. Broxville, though, the preseason favorites in Class B. They match up, could be one of the best games of the weekend. Class AA, North Rockland, one of the top teams in our 614 polls, going to take on, if they beat Mayapack in the semifinals, they're going to take on either rival Clarkstown South, who they beat twice, or a very dangerous number 3 seeded Greeley team. And then on Sunday, Solomon Schechter awaiting an opponent, either Haldane or Tuckahoe, in the Section 1 Class C championship game. Again, all games at Arlington High School this weekend for the Section 1 girls soccer finals. And now we leave the Hudson Valley and we go down to New Jersey. We're going to bring in our expert in New Jersey girls soccer. Really, no one does it better. I don't think anyone does it better in girls soccer in any parts of the tri-state area than our guy Greg Lerner, who joins us now on Skype. Greg, I know it's been a hectic day here for you and home as you get ready. It's been, I know you got some home improvement stuff going on. You're waiting on the playoff seeds, and you happy you had the playoff seeds, the state tournament playoff seeds in New Jersey now?
I am happy to do that. And if you hear any drilling or sawing or anything, I apologize in advance, Kev, and to the audience as well.
Excellent. Yeah. And we're going to hear some hammering on the keyboard at your house very soon, because I know you're going to start doing your analysis of the girls soccer seeds in New Jersey and the state tournament. When you look at it, anything jumped out right away? I know you got it only about 20 minutes ago.
I'm still dissecting it, but the one thing that I think we were bracing for anyway is that North Jersey, Section 1, Group 4, the World Cup calls it the Group of Death, and this is the section right here that I would believe to be the Group of Death. We have 4 teams that are in our MSG New Jersey top 15 that are residing in this section, which should give fans some great soccer. You have Montclair, Livingston, Randolph, Ridgewood, and then on top of that, Roxbury, Clifton. There's some really good teams in this field, Kev, that are going to give their fans and girls soccer fans in general some excellent soccer for the next couple weeks.
And you and I talked about this. We have the dominant powers in the state of New Jersey, but there's also good balance of just solid soccer teams, and we're going to see that definitely play out. And 2 of the top teams, and we've been talking about them all year long, Northern Highlands IHA, before the state tournament starts, they have a little unfinished business on Saturday.
I think everybody in Bergen County, beyond the 2 schools, is stoked for this matchup on Saturday at Indian Hills. 2 o'clock. the #1 and #2 team in New Jersey in our poll right now. Very evenly matched. Northern Highlands, I mean, we've talked ad nauseum about the Highlanders this year. The winning streak's now at 65. They'll play Thursday against Old Tappan. They win that game, it's 66. That ties the state mark for the longest unbeaten streak, which means on Sunday, once again, in a big setting, they'll be playing to establish another record. Kev, I can't tell you how excited I am for this game. So much so that I think I am not covering an American football game on Saturday because I'll be covering football with a U on Saturday. I think I'm going to be heading to this game.
I was going to ask you that same question. I said it's conflicting with football here. Is that all right?
It's okay. I mean, I have to make an exception for this one, I think, and rightfully so. Two evenly matched teams. There's a couple of listen, we can break this down for hours, but let's just go right to the skimming of the surface. What I really look forward to seeing is Hannah Kerner, Northern Highlands forward, junior, going to Virginia. Exceptional speed, great skill on the ball, great foresight playing off the ball, going against an IHA defense, and Lizzie Miller in the middle, who will probably have to be the centerpiece of organizing that back line to make sure Hannah doesn't get free. Conversely, you got Julia Hammond, Morgan Busaka, Nicole Miko in the back line of Northern Highlands, who has to brace for Alexander Mesropian, who, let me tell you something, Kev, every time I see her, she threatens to break my hand with a handshake. physically strong on the ball, physically strong striking the ball, not the kid you want to let loose. You're going to have great midfield play. Claire Shea for Northern Highlands, our state player of the year last year, Sophia Galati and Kami Didio from IHA. We could break that.
You actually could break this down for hours, I think.
I could. I mean, you opened up Pandora's box, and this is what you get.
Well, let's move on. Let's move on to Ridge, and a team we watched on MSGVarsity.com a few weeks ago, and they knocked off Pingree. They're getting even better since that win, and, you know, they kind of were teetering on the brink of being in the 614 poll, and now they're in it.
They are in it, rightfully so. You navigate through the Somerset County tournament, and you have stamped yourself as one of the best teams in the state. We've talked about that again. It's been a recurring trend when we've talked about girls soccer New Jersey, the Skyline Conference, Delaware Division. You know, they beat Bridgewater Raritan 1-0, double overtime. Chrissy Wyrock knocks in a goal off a signature long thrower from Gigi Cifelli in the 83rd minute, and that's what you got to do to win games like that. You have to convert the few opportunities you're going to get in matches like that. Ridge does it, and then on the flip side, they don't offer many chances. That shutout, I think, speaks volumes about how tight their defense is, and moving forward into the state tournament, that's exactly what you need. It's cliche, but it is necessary. You have to defend in order to advance this time of the year.
And they seem to be rising to the occasions in the bigger games, the bigger spotlights, and the team that's peaking right now even better than they've played all season long. And another team that's played well, we crowned some county champions in the state of New Jersey. Wayne Hills, another one, knocking off and winning a county title.
Kev, I got to admit it, man. They flew below my radar. They lost on opening day to Fairlawn, and they have not lost since. 15 straight wins, and again, punctuated on Saturday by beating Clifton 1-0. You know, Megan Griffin knocks in. I believe it was Megan Griffin who had the goal. The game was the deciding goal. Wayne Hills is the 1 seed in North Jersey, Section 1, Group 3. Do you know who the 2 seed is in that field? A little trivia for you.
Who is it?
It's Northern Highlands.
Northern Highlands, I figured. We just talked about this. Yeah, go on.
So there's been a little, you know, discussion here on the other side of the Hudson about Northern Highlands not getting the 1 seed in that regard. Jersey does it based on power points. Wayne Hills is the 1 seed in that section. Northern Highlands is the 2 seed. Listen, in order to see each other down the line, they're going to have to maneuver through some stiff competition in that field. But Wayne Hills has really put together a great season, and they're moving into the state tournament on a high right now.
Yeah, and Wayne Hills, I don't think it does them any favors now. As you said, add another log to the fire for Northern Highlands. They don't need to be any more motivated. When you look at the state tournament in Jersey, what teams, sleepers, any teams stick out for you right now and say they have a shot to advance?
You know, 2 of them, again, we could do a lot of them. 2 of them stood out. I can always do a lot. Look at me. 2 of them stood out. Nutley, first of all, which has had a great season this year. And, you know, in Essex County, it's always Montclair, Livingston, Glen Ridge. This year, Nutley has cracked into that elite group. They made the semifinals of Essex County. They lost to Livingston. No harm in that. They'll get a huge bump off that in the state tournament. They're the 2 seed in their section. So would it be an upset for them to win it? Not necessarily, but they're a new kid on the block in that regard. Natalie Malillo has been fantastic, as has Victoria Keeley. two kids that the Raiders really count on in the offensive third. The other team to watch is Newton. They're not in our top 15, yet they're 19-0. And we're going to learn a lot about Newton on Saturday. They're playing Hunterdon Central in the Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournament final.
Well, Greg Lerner, I'm going to say this. I'm going to go on a limb here and say this. You know more about New Jersey girls soccer than Mike Quick knows about New Jersey football. I'm going to say it, man. That was pretty good. We appreciate
you comment.
We appreciate your time. Good luck. Go enjoy the rest of the day at the house. Nice quiet afternoon at the home.
Yeah, thanks, Kev. Good luck with that. See you later.
We now go a couple of bridges over from New Jersey to Long Island, joined here by Tom Leedis, who joins us in studio here in our Long Island studios. And Tom, this is an exciting time of year for you. I know you're getting into the hockey season as a hockey fan and kind of riding out the soccer here now.
Where, you know, it's exciting, this soccer season, full play. There's nothing better than playoffs.
Then nothing better than playoffs. The weather's changing, so it's a very interesting time. And you know, you've been out, you've been covering a lot, and you look right now at a Calhoun team coming off a nice win in girls soccer on Tuesday.
Yeah, Calhoun 4-1 over Plainview JFK. They're a team that's on the rise right now, and you know we may see them in our Long Island girls soccer power rankings this week. Kayla Capuzzo played phenomenal this game, goal and 2 assists. Jumps out to a 3-0 lead at the halftime. When you jump out to a 3-0 lead, it's really hard to come back.
Yeah, 3-0 lead. And you know, you talk about Calhoun jumping into the rankings. Had they been knocking on the door all season? Did they sneak up on you a little bit?
No, they've been knocking on the door all season. Long Island, especially in girls soccer, is so crowded up there. You got the Garden City's team, you got Ward Melville, you got Comax. It's really hard to knock on that door and just try to get into the top 10.
And get in, and now they're in. They got to try and stay in, and doing that will require advancing even further into the postseason, which is going to be difficult, as you said, with the powerhouse programs. You know, another team we look at every year, it seems, in every sport. There's always that double-digit seed that wins some games, makes a noise. Could Kings Park girls in soccer be that team?
They could be, but unfortunately for my friend Bill Muller sitting across the hall from us, it's going to be tough. You know, they did have a great win against Lindenhurst 2-1 in the first round. Julia Galderisi had 2 goals within the first 20 minutes of the game, but unfortunately Kings Park has got to play a really tough West Islip team Thursday in the quarterfinals. So that will be an interesting matchup. Their only losses are to 2 of our top 10 teams, Northport and Garden City. Yeah,
so Northport is the team we talked about at the season, so Kings Park has their work cut out for them, even though coming off that win. As you said, 2-1 on Tuesday over Lindenhurst in the Suffolk Class AA first round. You know, it's not just girls soccer, we have some field hockey stuff. What, in the next week or so, and you're going to be out and you're going to be busy? I looked at your schedule. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
What are you looking at the next week or so?
Well, I'm looking at Suffolk Class A field hockey, which is, you know, that bracket is filled with 4 of our top 10 teams on Long Island. We got Sachem East versus Bayshore, Ward Melville versus Smithtown East. Those are 2 really high quality matchups that we should really look at.
And then in girls soccer, I think I don't want to say it's going to be chalk, but are the favorites still the favorites right now in girls soccer?
So far, all the top 8 seeds are making it up, save for Kings Park over Lindenhurst right now. I'm actually headed to Wantar versus Belmore JFK right when we're done over here.
I imagine they're going to be chanting your name in Northport for the girls in girls soccer because they're undefeated, and you had Southside skip them in the polls. So
yeah, they're still not happy with me.
They're still not happy with you, but it's going to be interesting to see. Let's take a look now what MSG Varsity is going to be doing out in Long Island for some of the county championships and for the Long Island championships. You see October 30th, that's today. That's a game you're heading out to, Wantaw, 2:30 p.m. And you can watch the replay of that game on MSGVarsity.com or MSG Varsity Channel 614. We'll have the full broadcast of that one against Belmore and JFK in the Class A quarterfinals. You have some other games in girls soccer, and next Friday in St. Joseph's College. You'll be there?
I will. Both games.
For both games, Stony Brook taking on Greenport Southside in the small school Class C at 5:30, and then Babylon is going to be matching up with Center Moriches in the B Championship. And we look now at some other matchups in volleyball. And again, all these games, full broadcast, live on MSGVarsity.com, and you can watch replays online or on MSG Varsity Channel 614. Manitowoc versus Babylon in the Suffolk Class C Girls Volleyball Championship. That game would be at Patchogue Medford. And then you see on November 5th, you have a couple of girls soccer championship games, the Suffolk AA and the Nassau AA. And AA championships, Long Island girls soccer. I mean, that's kind of like the pinnacle of the season for you.
That's the top of the top, right?
That's the top. That's the best of the teams right there. Your familiar teams. If you're looking at our MSGVarsity.com polls, our 614 polls, And of course, you can check out MSGVarsity.com. Check out all of Tom Leadis and our MSG Varsity staff of coverage for the girls soccer, of course, also field hockey and volleyball. Let's move on now. Sticking in girls soccer to our 614 polls compiled by our MSG Varsity panel of experts. And not much changes in the girls soccer poll. Bridgewater Raritan, even though they lost their most recent game, they were knocked off by Ridge in the championship, the county championship. They stick in there. Ridge obviously there as well. St. Joe's in Connecticut, inching closer to that's FCAC championship they're going to play on Wednesday. Again, you can watch it at MSGVarsity.com. 614. Massapequa from Long Island. Tom, one of your teams you've been touting all year, Massapequa. Yep. And then of course Montclair, team that one loss keeps them out of the top 6. And we take a look now at our top 6, and you see Monroe Woodbury, the number 4 team, is going to be from the bottom. Immaculate Hearts. You see they're going to have that big matchup with number 1 Northern Highlands on Saturday. Northport undefeated. Tom Leadis, you are going to be eating some crow, man, if they win a Long Island championship and they beat Southside. And you have Monroe Woodbury at 16-1. Southside, the number 3 team, sticking in. Really no changes in our top 6 in the girls soccer. And we head now to the field hockey poll. And you see the top 4, the bottom 4 teams looking in. And you see Wilton of Connecticut playing for an FCAC championship. They're going to take on Darien. And you see Mamaroneck, the heavy favorites in Class A in Section 1. Clark, that one loss. They bounced back from that one loss pretty well. They're sticking in there, and they're one of the top 4 teams to watch. And you see West Essex from New Jersey. Caitlin Struss, Gianna Mouse Curry lead number 2 seeded West Essex in the North 1 Group 2 state tournament. And take a look now at our top 6 teams in field hockey. And our man Mark Robinson has done a very good job with this all year. They've made it pretty easy on them. There hasn't been too much changes. Oak Knoll getting into the top 6. Garden City, the second best team out in Long Island. You see Madison, Michelle Montagna led with 2 goals as Madison, number 3 seed in a North 2 Group 1 state tournament matchup they're going to have. Lakeland, 25 points this season each for Molly Fitzpatrick and Gab Celentano. You see Rumson from New Jersey, and then our number 1 team led by Taylor Giordano, Sachem East, 15-0. And that is our final look at the top 6 in field hockey. Tom, Long Island dominating again.
Long Island is at the top of
field hockey. In field hockey, yeah. So I think they're going to stay there as they head now into the Long Island championships, the county championships, and then on to the state tournament. How many state champions do you think are going to get out of Long Island?
You might get 2.
Might get 2. 2 out of 3?
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. That'd be pretty impressive. Very impressive job here by Tom Leadis joining us on the show today. We want to thank Tom. We want to thank our guys in the control room. And we want to thank you for watching Varsity Letters, our girls sports show. You can tune in next week even further along in these tournaments and state tournaments, section tournaments, county championships, and Long Island championships. So thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.